Hi, I'm Renee. Welcome to the Homestead and soon to be my RV kitchen. We've been eating a lot of soup lately, and I have some leftover creamy potato soup. And I thought, what could I make with that? What could I reinvent with it to make leftovers not taste like leftovers? So I'm going to turn it into a creamy chicken pot pie. I went out and grabbed some vegetables out of the freezer, and I'm going to add that to my creamy mixture and other vegetables. So follow along. I'll show you how I do it. Alright, so we're going to start off by making a homemade pie crust. Teaspoon of salt. 2 tablespoons of sugar, but if you don't want sugar, leave it out. And whisk that together. I'm going to grate in 12 tablespoons of butter. If you wanted to do half lard, half butter, or shortening, feel free. I'm going to put flour on this butter so it's not so hard to separate, adding more butter. And it just stops it from being all clumpy. So again, I'm going to fluff the flour onto the butter. You can add 1 egg to this if you choose. You can add a teaspoon of vinegar. I'm not today, but they are options. So we're going to start with half a cup of water. Pinch it. You can see it pulling together good. So we're going to see if there's any loose flour here on the bottom. And usually let it rest that half hour so all that water can moisten the flour. I'm going to push it down here in the bowl. Take this paddle and kind of smash it into the ball. And you can see it's still a little dry under here. So it's going to need just a little bit more water. And you don't want it soaked, you just want it moist. Again, I'm going to press this in the bowl. I'm going to go ahead and cut it in half just so I can scoop it out easier later. Like a wax. a wax wrap. You could use saran wrap here, but I'm trying to cut back where I can. So I'm gonna press that down, press it to the crust, and then I'll add a lid to the bowl. I'm gonna let that rest in the fridge for 30 minutes. Let's check our pie crust. I'm just gonna take out half right now. And then I'm going to put this beeswax back on top of this other half, and I'll put it back in the fridge. Right, just shape it. I'm just folding this on itself a little bit because I don't have a lot of counter space. Here is my cast iron pan. All right, I made that cream of potato soup. Cream of potato soup, and then I took a can of my jarred chicken, and then I have a bag of the carrots and peas. I did put it in the microwave for 2 minutes just to thaw it a little bit so it doesn't mess with the timing, the cook time if it still froze. And then one can of green beans. I'm gonna do about a teaspoon of garlic powder, cracked black pepper, well, about a quarter teaspoon of onion powder. I would add more if I had it. And then we're going to give that all a mix. And that soup was already thick, like a gravy, so I am not adding any more. I don't think I'm adding any more milk to it. I'm going to check it out here. Yeah, I'm not going to add anything else. Okay. Got our pie, our crust back. And that is it. Another easy supper. So I am going to cook this for 15 minutes at 425 degrees. And then I'm going to lower the temp to 350 and cook additional 25 to 30 minutes. All right. And then what I do here with the hangover is just put it right on the pot pie so it's a rustic. And just pinched off a little extra to put over on this side so everything's even. And you could take an egg wash to this if you wanted your crust shiny. I'm not going to do that. All right, and in the oven we go. So it's out of the oven, and I'm just going to jazz up the crust with some melted butter. Yes, that is Jackson drinking in the background. And don't forget, these are hot. We're waiting for it. Put some salad on a plate. Just like that. And again, if you like your ranch dressing thinner, you can add more buttermilk, but we like it thick. Doesn't that look good? All right. Now it's time for the taste test. And you can see by doing that soup, it's not too wet in there. It's all thick. So it's not going to run all over, and it's not going to make your crust soggy. So good. You should give it a try. Good comfort food. Thank you for spending your time with me, and thank you for joining me in my kitchen. God bless, and until the next one.